and today I'm doing a quick review of the ColourPop line. And when I say line, I mean just some of their shadows and then some of their lippy sticks, because really they don't, I think that's all they offer, at least right now. And it's kind of great because that just means they're super focused on perfecting the formula of those two things. Oh no, they do offer lip liners as well, but I didn't buy any of those. Because I feel like lip liners, they might be amazing, but there are so many amazing lip liners that you can really get one at any price point. I don't know. I wasn't too concerned about it. So ColourPop let me pick out $30 worth of stuff for free, which is really nice of them. So it was nice because I was able to pick what I wanted. But no, this is not a sponsored video. They're not paying me to say anything. I just wanted to show them to you guys. And I also am going to show you my eye look that I used all the 4 shadows that I have here in a second, so stay tuned. I also showed the application of this and how I feel about how it applied. So it's kind of like a first impressions demo video. Anyway, the lippy sticks that I picked out was Lumiere, which is the one that Kathleen Lights here on YouTube helped to kind of curate, if you will, or pick the color, I don't know. And then the other one I have is LBB. And then the 4 shadows that I got, and you'll see the swatches of these lippy sticks here in a second. The 4 shadows that I got are Girl Crush, which is this taupey color here, and it's a matte formula, which I really like. I really like it. Awesome for the crease. That's how I applied it, which you'll see here in a sec. Hustle is the next shade that I got, which is like this deeper purple with a little bit of a red tint to it. I used it on my lower lash line today, which I thought was kind of fun. Sequin is the next shade that I got, which I am absolutely in love with. It's such a gorgeous, almost like Amber Rush from the L'Oreal Infallible line. And I used it kind of lightly on my lid. This and the next one I used on my lid. And the last one I got was I Heart This, which is this gorgeous kind of white gold shade. But when I applied it, it applied a little more sheer than I'd anticipated, which you'll see. So now that you've seen the up-close swatches of these shadows, I'm going to show you how I applied them for this look, which is a really simple look, which, you know, for me makes sense. And that's what I usually do, so it just made sense to me. So I'm going to show you how I applied it. Okay. I know I look crazy right now. Every time I get to this point in my makeup where I've done my face and I've done my brows, but I haven't done my eyes, I always laugh. I'm looking at myself in the mirror because I feel like I look like a freakazoid, like just crazy, because I got naked eyes with a strong brow. So I will certainly look more normal, I promise, soon, but I wanted to try a few of these that I just showed you and actually apply them to my eyes, and let's just see how they look when they're actually applied, because I could show you swatches all day, but sometimes that just looks completely different on your eyes when you apply them. So I'm going to start with a primer. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie Take on the Day Eyeshadow Primer, and I would compare this to the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Except for, of course, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance is way more expensive and this is a lot cheaper, but in my opinion, they're the exact same formula and they work just as well. So it's just like a liquid kind of cream. You don't need very much. In fact, I think I've got too much. I'm going to dab a little bit off on my thing, but I'm just going to apply it to both. That way, I mean, the shadows might be amazing on their own, but I do this every day no matter what. So for me to be able to compare it to other shadows that I use, I need to know how it does with the same primer that I typically use. You know what I'm saying, girl? Okay, so it's blended in. I think what I'm going to do is try I Heart This on my lid because it's just a really pretty shimmery shadow. And then I might find a place to throw Sequin in. I don't know. And this might end up looking crazy. I just don't know. And then I'm going to use one of the 2 darker colors. There's like the taupe one and then this Hustle. I might use this one to like maybe line my lower lash line or something. And then Girl Crush, which is that other one I was telling you about, maybe I'll use in the crease, but it might be too dark. I don't know. Let's just see. So since these are such an interesting, almost gel-like consistency, I'm going to use my fingers for a lot of it because I just feel like it'll have the most intensity that way. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my middle finger here and apply it to my lid. Oh wow. It certainly is shimmery, but it's not as, I mean, I know this isn't like a color, but it's almost sheer in a way, so that's kind of surprising. So I'm going to add another layer. And I'm just pressing it in. I'm not really like rubbing it across, except for in these corner areas where I don't want to get it everywhere. I'm trying to see, I notice a little bit of fallout, and that could be just because I'm patting it in. And if you applied it with a brush with like maybe some water or some MAC Fix Plus on it, that would probably prevent a little bit of that. So let's go ahead and do it to the other eye as well. I can't describe this consistency. Every time I use it, I feel crazy because it's like, I can't tell, I'm like, it is like a cream almost. And like when you push against it, it kind of bounces back. Like if I were to push really hard, it would go all the way through. Does that make sense? It's so cool and weird. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is get a little bit, before I do, to make this look uniform, I'm gonna use a different shadow just to be like a medium buffer color in the middle. So I'm gonna use MAC Omega here. It's just my favorite go-to shadow, just to kind of be in between to make it all blend together. And you can just sloppily, I just kind of sloppily apply it all throughout my crease, all the way up to my, almost all the way up to my brow bone, I guess I should say. Also, if my face looks greasy, I'm trying out some BB creams right now for a different review video. Kind of all, I'm killing a few birds with one stone. So if my face looks greasy, it's because I'm trying out this BB cream and I'm really not sure how I feel about it. I'm trying out 2 different ones actually. Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do is, before I do anything else to my lid with this amazing color, I'm gonna use the Girl Crush shade and maybe do a little bit right in my crease. Let's see. And this is a matte shade. And I'm just going to focus it right in the crease. I'm not really going to go too far above or below it. Just to kind of deepen that area. It seems to apply really nicely. I wasn't sure if it would kind of blend nicely in there because of its consistency, but it's doing a good job, I think. I'm going to go back with this brush and just blend those together a little bit. Or at least try to. So now I'm going to go in with Sequin, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on the kind of outer corners of my lid, just to keep that white in the center of it. Just kind of make it a little more interesting. I'm going to take just a naked fluffy brush just to blend all of it. And I'm kind of blending lighter on the lid. I'm not really pulling it because I don't want to get rid of all that color. So now I'm going to throw on the bottom part of my lash line. I haven't lined the top yet. I'm going to use Hustle just to add some definite. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I pushed my brush into it, it instantly did that dent all the way in. So they really are like a gel. Now I could line the top with this same shade, but really the black liner I'm going to put on top is going to cover it completely anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it for this look. But you absolutely could, especially if you want more of a soft lined look. I'm impressed with how well it blended together because I thought for sure it wouldn't blend as well as it did. So that is pretty surprising. There's not, I mean, there is a little bit of glitter fallout here, but not as much as when I use any other shimmery shade that I have of other brands. So I'm impressed with that as well. I think that's a testament to the consistency of it, just because it is more gel-like, almost like a cream. It sticks together a little bit better. Okay, so now that my eyes are done, I do want to do my lips. And the 2 shades that I have Lumiere, which is the one that Kathleen Lights helped pick the color or whatever. And then I also have LBB, and they are both a matte lippy stick. And I think today I'm just gonna go with Lumiere because I love the shade. I love the idea of it. So again, sorry about my note, that's so funny. It's very, it seems upon first glance pretty creamy, especially for a matte lip, so let's just see how it applies. I'm not going to use a liner or anything because I just want to see what it looks like. I had a chapstick on earlier. It's kind of blended into my lips, which is probably a good thing, so let's go ahead. It's a lot darker than I envisioned and more purple. It's going on pretty smooth. I just can't get over the color. The other one, just for swatching's sake, since I'm not going to apply it to my lips, is LBB. And it's a little, well, it's certainly darker, but it's more of a wine color, which is really pretty. It's really pretty. So I just tried to wipe these off just with the dry washcloth, and they're not going anywhere, most of them, which is probably a good thing. Same goes for the lipstick swatches. So the price of these are all $5, which if you don't know that by now, you do now. They're all $5, which I think is really cool because for this quality of shadows, it really is amazing. You can get them online. I think it's ColourPop.com or something. I'll put the link below. It's just the regular website link. I can't think, I'm trying to think of a similar product to these, and I really can't because, like I said, they're not quite a cream shadow, but they're also not quite a, you know, just powder shadow. It's like something in between. I can't, it's just, I've never experienced anything like this. And like I had said, if I were to push deep into this, my finger would go all the way through because it's just, they're so bouncy and gel-like. It's so cool. This is something that's almost worth buying one for just to feel what I mean, because Tyler was with me when I first tried it, and I was like, Tyler, rub your finger in this. Like, he was like, what? I'm like, seriously, this is unbelievable, and I can't believe they're only $5. I think the packaging is really cute. I like the white. It's a very clean look, but they don't get dirty because it's more of a, you know, plasticky feel. And they're just cute. I mean, I feel like that's part of the reason I wanted to try them. I'm like, well, they're just really cute. And I know everyone talks about it, but I want to try them too. I didn't notice a weird smell with the eyeshadow. The lips kind of do have a smell. Almost like a vanilla-ish smell, but it is a little different. And the first time I applied it, I was like, ooh, like it is a little, I don't know, it's just a different smell. It doesn't bother me too much. It's not like the Milani lipstick smell that I just can't do. I wish I could because I love those lipsticks, but I can't. It's not like that bad, but it's noticeable in my opinion. The eyeshadows, you know, they don't feel like they're on there. I think they certainly stay where they go. I mean, that is proof. They are not going anywhere, even without a primer. Of course, I primed my eyes with it. And the lip product, it feels really nice. It does feel almost sticky. And you can kind of see here, I'll zoom you in. You can kind of see when I pull my lips together that they kind of take a second to pull apart. Watch. It's kind of like, not sticky, but just a little bit sticky. I think for application of these, I don't think you necessarily need a lip liner with it, which I thought was really cool because I thought for sure I would. Now maybe with the darker one you might want it, but with this I didn't feel the need for it because it's not moving, and that's one of the benefits. I could see how this might start to feel drying because even though it is pretty creamy, especially when you swatch it, I feel like after a while, it already is kind of showing every line in my lip, which a lot of matte lipsticks do. So I could see how this might eventually be drying, but it feels really nice right now. And then the best way to apply this, I think, is either with your fingers. I mean, you could just do it with a brush, obviously, which is what I did with the, like the Girl Crush shade in my crease. But I also feel like you could absolutely do it with a wet brush, just because if you want that crazy pigmented look, especially with the shimmery ones, I think that'd be a great way to apply it. So overall, would I recommend these? Yes. I can't even really think of like a cheaper option. I've heard that maybe Hard Candy has one that's similar to this, but I was just at Walmart and they're like, I want to say like $6 or $7. I'm like, what? So, although I think there might have been 2 in that pack. So you might be able to find cheaper dupes, but honestly, you guys, these are $5. I think that they have a deal like always where if you spend $30 you get free shipping or something like that. If I find any coupons or anything, I'll certainly write it down below, but you know, it's really not that expensive. And if you're wanting, this is kind of like just a treat yourself kind of thing because you can't find them in stores, so you do have to take the time to order them, but I think they're really good. If I were to recommend one of these, I would recommend I Heart This because I think it is the most wearable shade out of the ones I got. And of course they've got amazing crazy colors, but I just think it is such a pretty champagne-y color. So overall, would I recommend it? Absolutely, of course I would. I think I would recommend the shadows over the lip products. So obviously I was able to get these for free from them, but I am probably going to go back online and buy my own more shadows because these really are amazing. Would I buy some of the lippy sticks? I don't know. I think they're nice, but I don't think they're I don't know. I can't decide really yet, but I really do like this color because it's different than anything I own, and I have a feeling I'll be wearing it a lot. So thank you, Kathleen Lights, for picking out a color that we all could wear, and it actually looks really cool. Hopefully that review is helpful. I know this is just added to the millions of ColourPop swatch videos and first impression videos and all that, but now I get it. I didn't realize how cheap they were, so when I kept seeing all this stuff, I'm like, I don't want to spend $20 on a single eyeshadow, and then I looked it up and I was like, wait, they're only $5? So I'm definitely going to be going on and buying more of these because they're amazing. Okay, so hopefully that review is helpful. Definitely check out my reviews playlist. I do a ton of drugstore reviews here, so check them out, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye!
You were doing this.
I'm like nervous to do it in front of you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, do you even watch my videos?
Like a what?
Like, what was the last video you watched of mine?
I don't know, an Eyes Lips Face one.
That is old! First of all, that was adorable that you knew that it's Eyes, Lips, Face, not just ELF. So that is cute.
It's an acronym. Like Ohio.
What's that an acronym for?
Akron, Ohio.
Get out of here, you nerd! Alright.